Dawson Rider Review. Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of the Paonmaru from Shuriken Sentai Ninninger. This is their first auxiliary mech, their Otomonin of a elephant. If you couldn't tell, it is based on an elephant, a green elephant, something we've never gotten before. That was sarcastic, just in case anyone couldn't tell. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and start with everyone's favorite part, is the box. Nothing too spectacular to go over. It's pretty much, you know, your typical fare for boxes. You got a nice picture of him here, just sitting here on the front. Shows you its other mode, his little humanoid mode. The shuriken that comes with it, the combined mode with Shurikenjin. Shows you again the shuriken. Yeah, that's right, shuriken that comes with it. I was about to correct myself, but I wasn't wrong. And then it shows you another picture of the combination again. Is the elephant, once again showing you what to do with it on both sides. On the back, yet again showing its functions off. Just essentially a giant reminder of all of its functions and everything like that. And then it shows you that it can work with the Ichibanto and all that stuff. So yeah, pretty much typical stuff. I guess we'll leave it here for now in case it becomes a problem. So here is Paonmaru. This is in its little elephant mode. It's got essentially 3 different modes. You know, you have the elephant mode, which is like its little animal mode, and then we're gonna have its humanoid mode, and then the mode where it can combine with the Shurikenjin. But I do like the design of him. I mean, I was being sarcastic about, you know, we have gotten a green elephant mech before. 2 of them, technically, if you want to count Cow Elephant as green. Is he green? I don't know, but still. This guy is a little bit different looking than them, and I do like his design. I think he's kind of adorable looking. He's a really, I don't know, he's just, I guess he's probably around the same size as a lot of auxiliaries, but he just feels like a smaller little dude for some reason. It could just be me. But I do like the design of him. The paint details on him aren't anything, you know, spectacular, but they get the job done just fine. I think he looks good on the shelf as this little, you know, elephant dude. All he can really do in this mode is B's elephant. If you couldn't tell, this is where the shuriken is, so like you really can't do much with it here when it's part of his mode. But I do think it's cool the way that the shuriken is incorporated into his little animal mode here, which is really cool. So now we're going to transform it into its humanoid mode and then go over the sounds of the shuriken before we get to the mecha mode, just because it's easier that way. So to do that, it's pretty easy. Just pull his elephant head off. See, there's the shuriken. Then you're going to pull the shuriken off as well. And boom, there's his legs. Pull the back legs off here. Pull these forward there. See, now we're getting feet. Pull this up. We're going to snap this onto the front. There we go. And then take, whoops. Let him stand for a sec. And then take these, and we're going to attach them on his back like cannons. There's like a little peg here, or a little peg place here, and a little peg on the back. And you just attach them so that the silver pieces, I believe it's so that the silver pieces are facing each other. If I'm wrong, then I'm wrong. But there is his humanoid mode, his little sort of robot guy that's going to be sitting in the cockpit. And I really dig the fact that they all do this. I mean, they're not the most, you know, articulated robots of all time or anything like that. You know, same thing with Reds. It's just, they're not like, you know, fully posable or anything. But I really dig the fact that these have multiple modes. I think it's fun. I really like their little robot modes. This guy's a lot clunkier than the other 2, I would say. Well, I guess UFO has like a giant back thing. But still, I dig him. He's pretty cool. He's got these cannons. He does cannon stuff. Just do a quick little zoom of him. But yeah, neat. I do like the fact that they do that. His hands aren't movable like the other ones. There's like 2 little ports under here for where you're going to put the handles on when he's in the mech. But like you can't move the hands on them, which is kind of annoying. Here's the shuriken on its own. There's a little face that's going to be, well, the face when you put it on the mech. You can twist this off if you want, like usual, or in most cases you can with the shuriken. Twist it back on. There's no noise when you do that, but there are a couple noises when you just press the button back here. And those are essentially pretty much actually the noises you get when you put it in the sword. But we're going to go ahead and do that anyway. It seems weird to do a Morpher demo right in the middle of the mecha stuff, but it's just easier since this is going to be used now again. So I'll just do sword summoning. So that time it just said Otomonin Shuriken, and then if you keep pressing it, it'll just cycle through the sounds. So yeah, it'll cycle through the same exact sounds, no matter whether you press any of the buttons, which I do like the shurikens. I think they're neat for sounds, but I wish that there was a better system in place to differentiate, like, you know, the sounds from when you press back here to what you put it in the sword. Like I said, they're still neat, and I didn't even really realize I had such a problem with this until after I saw the show to see how they can work individually, mainly with the individual guys, Morpher ones, but still I wish that it did something a little bit different in the sword other than having the sword's noise. But alright, that's it for that. So yeah, we've seen its humanoid mode already. Now we're going to be putting it in Shurikenjin. To prepare it, it's super easy. All you're really going to be doing is taking off these cannons and setting them aside, and we're going to sort of have to finagle him in a second. But that comes in a second. So I've already gone ahead and prepared Shurikenjin. It's very simple what you do here. All you have to do is take Reds out of here and put it in its arm transformation mode as if you were doing Shurikenjin Drago. And then the other arm, which is part of the base, actually attaches on the back. There's a port right back here, just, you know, just where the arm port is. Sets right back on there like a backpack. Real nice. You don't left with any extra pieces, which is just awesome. I like that a lot. Because I hate when you do combination mecha, especially, like, I think more so when it's, whatchamacallit, like a final combo and then there's just a bunch of crap left over. So let's see if I can't get this guy to hold on to his handles. But we're essentially now we're just going to put him in here in his little car seat. That's what we're going to be doing. So just sort of setting him in the sitting position and pegs and holes, and this is going to be, see, like these little pieces have to line up, but I'm going to keep them out for now because they're annoying. Boom. So I'm just going to fold these towards him, but you can get these to line up and snap into his hands. That's probably the only annoying part about the transformation, because UFO and him, Red, I just want to keep calling him Red because I keep forgetting his name, but their arms are opposable, so you can kind of finagle them onto the controls, whereas his are fixed, and they can go in there. It's just annoying. I don't feel like doing it right now. Okay, and then just take this piece here, or well, actually, I want to do that last, but we're going to be pushing this on top. And these little pieces are going to become weapons. Now to do that, there's just these little pieces here, just pull them out, and they're going to become handles, so they can become like axe weapons. Is it this way, or is it whatever way it is, he's going to hold them. I think it's this way. Same thing with this one, where is it? There we go. Just pull this out like that, get a little handle. I think I have them in the right way. I always second guess myself when I do this, but that's good enough. He's got the Spatulas of Doom. Okay, so there's his weapons, and now we're going to put this on top, and just like with Shurikenjin and Shurikenjin Drago, it will make a little specialized jingle for the formation. Alright, so it makes that little transformation jingle, and then if you hit the button on top, it'll just say its name again. Alright, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what you get there. You got a different, you know, shuriken on there, slightly different helmet. Right here, you got the little elephant dude controlling it instead. Got the giant elephant face there, and then everything else isn't that different other than the fact that he's got weapons here. That's pretty much what he looks like. See, it's all basically the same, and I do like it. What I like about this one is you can't tell as much that it has the little dude riding in it gimmick. Like, you could pretend, like, if you don't like that gimmick of this little dude controlling it, because I admit it can look a little funny, you can pretend it doesn't have that. I mean, you can barely tell the hands are there, and it just looks like an elephant chest plate, which makes it look a little bit more normal. But I do dig the formation. I think it's pretty good looking. Like I said, I like it. I like the way the elephant face sort of adds this aesthetic to it. It looks pretty good. I do, like I said earlier, I do really appreciate that you can actually keep everything on here. Like right now, I have 6 mecha on here, and I'm not really left with any leftover pieces, except there's the sword, and then I probably could leave the shield on, but it kept falling off when I was practicing, so I just left it off. But other than that, which is very solvable, you're not left with any extra pieces for this, which is really nice. But for the most part, if you're into this mecha line, I can recommend Paonmaru. I do like his design. I like the fact that he has 3 different modes of play for his mecha mode. I wish the Shuriken had a bit more variation in sounds when you put it in the morpher, but even still, it does function in the morpher, and then also gives you unique sounds for the mecha, which is really cool. So if you're into the line, I can recommend it. I think it's a fun auxiliary mech with a lot of playability. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure you check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangeandrebels.com. And of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, it's Dawson Ryder, signing out.